I can share. I don't know if you call it a real side experience, but it was definitely an experience. It was not last Thursday, the Thursday before, daytime, and I was reading earlier in the morning. I was reading some of the. I was reading it in the chat anyway. I think it was Jeremy and Charles typing, and it was about solar flare from the sun, and it might activate the nano inside the DNA, inside the people. I was just thinking about it. I thought about it all day because it's all frequency and that. And I was just thinking about it. And then later on, I was in the garden and I was sat on the furniture and I was just thinking about it. And it was like, how can I describe it? It was like, when it's like hot, really hot, and it like you look at the road and it's like hazy. It's like you see the heat coming up from the road. Yeah. Well, it's like that. Well, it wasn't like that. It wasn't as hot as that. But that's how my view looked. But I was like just looking at my deck. I wasn't looking at anything in particular. And I just looked. I was thinking about obviously about the solar flare and what it can do and whatever. And then I just it was like it before. It was like there was an overlap of my view in front of me. Like it altered. It didn't alter. It was just like it was the same view, but I actually seen it coming. I seen it coming from the side, like in my peripheral vision. It was like, because I was just like looking at my deck and where I was sitting, because my wife was sitting behind me or next to me, and I was just looking at it, and it there was like a line of gold, and it just come through my view, and it didn't alter it, it just like overlaid it. You know what I mean? It overlaid it happened to me before about 6 months ago, where like the view had an overlay where it was just exactly the same, but it was different this time because I could see it. I could see like the start. I could see a movement in it. I could see it like in my peripheral. I could see it coming. You know what I mean? And then it was like a. I wouldn't say it was gold, but it was like a copper. It was a bright line. It was a bright line of light anyway, and it just come and it just went through my view, and then it was like my view was overlaid, and it was well weird, and that was it. Yeah, that's what I've had. Val, but I know Mia's had a few that she wanted me to share, and that was the one I had. But the one Mia's had, she said she was up in the universe, and she could handle it. She grabbed hold of a star. She said she was holding a star in her hand, and it was just that. And she said she was like cradling this star, and it was fantastic. And then it all lit up, and then that was the end of the view. And then she said there was another one where she was on a world, and there was like people, and it was being like really treated brutally. So she decided to save them. But she got all these people together and gave them the new sound and the knowledge and that, and she was saving them. But she said as she was saving them, she was viewing it from the outside, and the baddie, because there was controllers at this world, and they was like saying to her, while she was on the inside, that you're not getting out and we'll always catch you. But she was already out, if you know what I mean. She was out of the world, viewing what she'd done, but she was already out with the people she'd saved. Yeah. So, yeah, that's yeah. And she had another one as well, but I'm not sure she wanted me to share that. It was a bit of a personal self one. No, she says not to share that one. It's a very personal self one. But, yeah, I thought that was a pretty good, amazing one, where she was on the world. Because she said she could see the controllers. She said it was like a big ogre, a big troll, and it was just smashing people all over, and she could save them. And then he said to her, "Well, you ain't saving no one. You were gonna." Every time, she was getting past them, but there was always like getting other people, and she'd go back and get them. But then in the end, she said she's seen the final view, and she was outside of it with everybody, and there was all there, so it was all like, I don't know, like views given to her, but all the people that she saved that she thought she'd lost, there was all there with her. Yeah, and that's how it ended. And yeah, and that's what I wanted to share. Thanks, Val. Thank you.
Well, thank you, young man. We're all doing our part, and that's part of the adventure here, to get involved and do something and pay attention. Yeah, because things aren't getting better at all. Day by day, we'll just see what happens here. Down here in Mexico, where Val and I are, there's a little island off right at the border of Mexico, Baja, Mexico, and San Diego, several miles out, and there's a HARP installation there. And we see the pulsating clouds in the sky. When there's clouds, you see the pulses of this HARP installation. And it was maybe a week or so ago, Ava told me there was a small earthquake in Rosarita, which went over to the Salton Sea, which is closer to the San Andreas Fault. So they know I'm here, they know we're here on the planet, and they are pulsating it. I'm sure they're trying to hit the plates and do something. And again, all over the world, and they see what we're doing, so, and they don't like it. So we have many of them coming to us, but at the same time, there's still a lot of little brats out there that want to do whatever. And this is why also I have made some of the alien images speaking for the aliens to step up and do something real here, because they're just going to be in darkness. But yeah, everybody that can contribute, it's all about your intent and paying attention. Yes. Thank you, Pearce. Thank you.
Last night, I faced with a special dream. And Duane, Kevin, and all new friends in this group, maybe I find many people, new friend, in our home, and Duane sent a special paper to each of us as a teacher. I don't know why, but I could see that Kevin talks about special things, special parts of the role, which is talking about, in which he's talking about some candy, and we have a grade, special grade, like a grade in the school. And tonight I faced with this and that group on Zoom, and it was really fascinating. Just it.
Was that your real side experience, or was that dinner again? Oh, was your real side experience?
Yeah. Before I joined this program, I faced it with in my dream, faced with another situation, all new friend. I remember that the Kevin was there on the special couch, a huge couch in the dining room, and all new friends were there. And we have a special role, like a student to try to say something which is really experienced. But Kevin was talking about some candy.
Oh, some goodie. And this was a past experience before you came into this presentation. You had that on the real side, huh? Okay, so Kevin was handing out candy, or he was talking about candy. Kevin's probably the candy man.
He has some candy, and he was talking about candies.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, everybody likes a goodie.
I was distributing candy, was I?
Yes.
Maybe some feel-good ideas for the personal self, perhaps. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a particularly healthy idea to me, but I guess if we were in the company of the Duane, it must have been okay. A couple of nights ago, similar thing really. I was in a house. I didn't recognise it, but Duane was there as well, and the other individual was Tim, and we were having a discussion about various things, about tap lines and basically realigning the personal self, and discussing and identifying various limited agreements and attachments that we all had, and how best we can go about facing them, and the sort of experiences that we would have that would be best for the personal self, and so on and so forth. So yeah.
Oh yeah, this is Ramone. I want to share a little experience. Yes, there's a certain time that I read the books because I take care of my 80-year-old mother. So sort of have to wait till I know that she's going to go to sleep. So I was going to read the book when all of a sudden I saw that there was a Sherlock Holmes episode going to come on. And so I had the book in my hand in my hands. And then I said, well, I think I'll wait. It's only a 30-minute episode. I think I'll wait till the Sherlock Holmes episode finishes because I like mysteries. Well, all of a sudden, my side vision, I saw that I was something like in a classroom, and I thought, what's that? And then I saw that the Universal Guides were patiently waiting for me, reading the book. I felt so embarrassed, so I quickly turned off Sherlock Holmes, and I started reading the book. But I didn't realize that there was I also then felt that there was some sort of like urgency because things are either speeding up or something, I don't know, that I need to make that foundation by reading these books, that there's something really like urgent that I needed to read the books. And I felt really focused, like it's not just reading the books, it's like something else. I don't know if it's maybe I'm reading with my real self and not just my personal self, but yeah, I felt embarrassed that they were patiently waiting for me to turn off Sherlock Holmes. So I just wanted to share that I think when you're reading the books, there's something more going on than just reading a book. That's what I wanted to share.
This is the problem about really reaching people is that this stuff has so been ingrained over the hundreds and thousands of years that it's almost natural to stay where they're at. And that's why it's so hard for people to change. They're just too damn frightened to try to change.
Yeah, we've been raised like cattle.
So it's hard to get out of that niche. So you can talk to 1 million people, maybe you can only reach one. The rest of them won't come. They're just too frightened. They have to change their lifestyle completely.
Yeah, and you probably know it's not about change, but just seeing what's going on, you know. We can use change as an idea, but it's about just seeing what's going on, and that part is it's challenging for people. They don't want to see it. A lot of them just don't want to see it. Want to stay comfortable.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that. Even in my own family, it's the same thing. They got to learn. They've got to live their lives out and learn the hard way. It's kind of hard to think it, but I think that's just what it's about. It's up to your speed. Yeah, you're the one that sets the speed. How fast you're going to go through this mess.
Yeah, pace yourself and just do what you can do.
I hope there's enough time to get through it.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's face it. It's at my age right now. I am concerned, but I also worry a little bit about the kids because basically there's so little that they've been exposed to of this information, and of course they're afraid of it. They'll shun it. They're against religion. They don't. They don't. If they tie it to anything spiritual at all, that's the end of that. They're not going to pursue it. So
that's bound to break down. That's got to break down for them to change. Things have got to change. You got to break the old.
Yep.
For the new to come in.
I agree.